Hey friend, it's Simply T again, and I'm back with another video testing out something different with my eyeshadow today. And I'll also be trying out some new foundation that I got yesterday. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, you know what to do. Keep on watching. And I'm back on a rather gloomy Saturday afternoon, and the online shopping bug caught me again today. I've been tempted. A lot of places, a lot of my favorite brands and websites are having major sales right now. So I had to have a little conversation with myself. So I said, and myself said,
look, girl, I know it's a lot of sales going on your favorite websites, but before you press that checkout button, go ahead and just make sure that you actually start using the eyeshadow palettes that you already have.
So today, as you can see in the title, I will be trying the cut crease method of eyeshadow building for the very first time. And as much as I love eyeshadow looks on other people, as much as I love buying eyeshadow palettes, I kind of shy away from trying out different looks because I'm not quite there yet. I'm not where I want to be. So I figured I would bring you along for the journey today. It's not because I enjoy making mistakes on camera. Trust me, I don't. That's probably one of the reasons why it took me so long to start this YouTube channel. But because I want you to follow me along this journey of me trying it out for the first time, and I want you guys to drop down in the comments below and let me know what brushes you use, what techniques you use, and anything that you think can help me get better as I go along the way. For any of my expertise eyeshadow listas in the place with style and grace and experience, go ahead, drop down in the comments below. Let me know where I messed up, and let me know where you think I can improve. As you can see, I have already done my brows off camera just to save a little bit of time. And I will be working with one of my favorite palettes that I've barely ever used from Juvia's place, the Nomad. I don't know if you can see that. Fall is my favorite season. I think I've shared that with you before. But one of my favorite things about this palette, even though I barely use it, is the amount of just gorgeous neutral earth tones, the yellows, the greens, the browns. I love dressing this way. I figured since I'm going to be trying out this method for the first time, why don't I see what it looks like on my eyelid? If you hear some distant talking in the background, don't worry, you're not hearing things. It's just a habit. I put on a really good scary movie. It's spooky season and I'm a huge horror movie fan, so I'll probably just be watching it as I go along. All right, so I'm just going to start off with going into the deep color that I want to use today, which is this gorgeous like forest green, and I'm going to start off by patting that into my crease. Now I took some notes. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna find out today, okay? So I'm going according to everything that I wrote down, okay? So I'm gonna start off by using my e.l.f. precision brush and pat this into the crease. I'm not gonna do any circular motions yet because I wanna just build that color in to my crease. I'm just kind of going through and patting because I want to build that color first. Ugh. I think I went a little too hard on this one, a little too hard, but that's okay. We're gonna work it out. Okay, so that is my first color, and then I want to go in with my second deepest color that I'm going to be using today with a little smaller brush. I'm going in with sort of a warm orange tone, this one right here in the palette. So I'm about to go in with this and pack it right on top of that one. So I feel like I lost a little bit of that forest green, so I'm just gonna go right back in and add it back. So I'm gonna take a slimmer brush and go in with this kind of yellow right here, right above my middle color that I created a little earlier. Pat that in at the top. and create like a 3-layer effect. Now I'm gonna go back in later and blend all of these, so I'm not that bad, you know, don't mind me looking this crazy. Now I'm about to go back in with that really light concealer that I used earlier as my base, and I'm going to be using an e.l.f. Concealer brush to pack on that cut crease. A little bit of that and just put it on the tip of my concealer brush. And I guess here comes the real test. Let's see, y'all. So because, like I said, this is my first time trying this out, I'm going to start with a little amount because, yeah. And then bring it out to the inner corner. And just kind of bring it out this way. I hope I'm doing it right. Looking up just to see how far that concealer is going to go. And that's where I want my cut crease to stop. So that's why you see me looking up, just to make sure that I'm taking it as high as it can go. So now that I've set my cut crease with concealer, I'm going to go back in with my deepest shade and pack that into my sides. And I'm just gonna do it a little at a time because I would rather do too little and still have a chance to add more color than add too much and just jack the whole thing up, honestly. All right, so I'm just gonna go right back in the middle with another slim brush and put my warm orange right next to that on my lid. So now I'm about to go in with another flat concealer style brush with that yellow that I used right up here, and then pack it into my corners right here. Just tapping it as I go along and trying my best to build that yellow in so you could see the differences in those shades next to each other while blending it all together at the same time, if that makes sense. It don't make sense to me, but I'm doing it, okay? I'm just gonna add this to kind of wake my eyes up. Obviously the makeup that I'm using or putting right on top of this will clean some of this up, but I'm just kind of spreading it out to this area just to brighten up the eye look a little bit more. So I noticed my orange and my yellow are kind of blending in with each other on the lid. So I'm gonna phone a friend and use one of my lifelines. And my other lifeline is, ta-da, a tried and true of mine, a good true friend for my more simpler looks that I still use when I want to be a little more vibrant. With my eyeshadow is another palette by Juvia's Place, Afrique. I grabbed this because I feel like the orange, which is Decay, in this palette is going to give me a little bit more of what I need. I'm not experienced enough to know how much or how little of that more pastel orange I was supposed to use in that other palette. So I'm just going to go through and add a little familiar orange. And right away, it's already starting to pop, y'all. Woo! See, so I feel like there's a little more dimension now that I'm using this other shade of orange. Just while I'm still in this palette, I want to see if I can use the yellow in here as well, which is Aya. Let me clean that up a little bit. So I want to go in with this yellow. So yeah, now it's starting to feel like there's 3 different colors going on. They were kind of too blended in the beginning, I think, in my opinion. So I just reached back into another palette that I'm a little more comfortable with, just to kind of blend that in. All right, okay, yeah, I think I feel better now. So I feel like it's not too bad so far. I did kind of go in with the makeup cleaner white and just kind of brush the corners a little bit just to clean it up. And the look is coming together, but I do want to start filling out the rest of my face and adding more dimension to my face to see how everything is going to come together. Does anybody else have a hard time keeping their mouth closed when they're putting their eyeliner on or the mascara? Let me know in the comments. Is that just me? But yeah, so far so good. Really excited to try out this new foundation. I picked it up from Sephora yesterday. It's the Born This Way. Now I see a lot of people use this, and I was looking for a really easy way to kind of mattify my foundation. Look at all this shine right here. I'm trying to cover this. I'm trying to cover the grease. I'm really excited about something that I got a sample of during my last purchase from Sephora, the Hydro Grip Primer. They gave me like a little packet the last time, and I used it during one of my other videos that I filmed, and I fell in love with this thing. Now this thing is the absolute truth. I like that it hydrates the skin and also kind of mattifies some areas, if that makes sense. It takes the gloss away while still keeping your skin looking supple, and it really does grip the foundation that you put on top of here. A little bit there, a little bit here. I'm using my hands today. Next, I'm just going to go in with a orange corrector. It's one of the deeper oranges from the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is a popular one. And what I used to do when I first started trying to color correct was I would take this thing and just go like ham, like whoa, 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 like all over my face. And then I would get really, really frustrated when I put my foundation under it and I look like a Oompa Loompa. So what I learned to do is just kind of pat it in a few of those problem areas that I want to cover underneath my foundation. So I'm just gonna go through here very lightly. I used to add like streaks of this thing, like Tony the Tiger. And I'm just gonna pack that in with my orange sponge. Now I don't want that orange to show up under my foundation. I just want to kind of go over some of the darker areas underneath my eye and right on the middle of my face, the damp to kind of even out my skin tone in the middle as well as the outside. think the colors on my lids showed up dramatically enough to consider this look a cut crease look. But you know what? I think I would still enjoy wearing this look going out. So overall, I'm glad I gave it a shot, and I'm going to keep practicing, testing out my technique. And thanks for watching, guys.